Well, I don't want to be too rushed with my embarrassing performance, so I think I'll maybe do 3 videos today, each one fairly short. The story of Adam and Eve, it is so famous. What I'll do with the students, or what I did with the students, was I said, does anyone know the story? And are you willing to tell it? Well, they usually are. And I'll let them go. Of course, there'll be some kids sitting there saying, no, that's not right, or you left something out. But what I'm going to listen for, and ultimately have them write these various characters down. Of course, there's Adam and Eve. Well, I guess I've got Eve down here twice. I didn't need her. Anyway, according to that story, famous story, it begins with God making Adam. And I'll say, how did he make him? Well, he took dust and he blew into the dust. That dust. And the breath of life, sometimes that's called the breath of life. Later on, I've thought before, if I want to connect that or relate that to other mythologies, Mother Earth is, in some mythologies, that's where everything came from, Mother Earth. Well, in the Hebrew literature, it comes out of dust, and God gives life to the dust. Well, Adam was lonely, so, anyway, he needed a partner, so out of Adam's rib came Eve. That's why I wrote Eve down there. I'll ask you, do you know that? Where did Eve come from? And where did they live? They lived in the Garden of Eden, and it was all very nice. But the serpent was there. The serpent, now, or the snake. I like to relate this to that snake in Gilgamesh. There is that force of evil. The archetypic force of evil, and here once again it takes the form of a snake, as in Gilgamesh. Well, that snake could be called the devil, or Satan, or Lucifer. He tempted Eve. This was the forbidden fruit. I'm not telling the story very well, but God had said that there was one tree that they were not to eat from that tree. It was forbidden. And the kids want to say it was an apple. Well, an apple is the tradition, but that's not what it says in the Torah. It doesn't say anything about an apple. And most translations of it, at least in English, are going to call it the forbidden fruit. And that fruit grew on, I'll say to the kids, what's the name of the tree? And now and then, usually I'll have some student be able to come up with that long name, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The idea that if you ate from that tree, then you would know the difference between good and evil. You would be not like animals, other animals, but like God. I had suggested earlier that this was hubris on the part of Eve, that she wanted that. She wanted to be like God. So anyway, he tempts her, and she eats of the apple, offers it to Adam, and he eats it, and then God discovers it. Of course, they're embarrassed about their nakedness. They had been innocent about that before, but now they're embarrassed about it, and God, there's no fooling him, and he tells them that they've got to leave the garden, and from that point on, life is not going to be easy. They can't come back into the garden because there's an angel with a flaming sword at the gate. Sometimes I'll use that as the archetypic guardian. Kids will mention it, it's guardian, just like Humbaba guarded the sacred cedar, or Fluffy or Cerberus guarded the gates of Hades. Anyway, the angel with the flaming sword didn't let him go back. And Eve, sometimes I'll say, well, how was she punished particularly? And the kids sometimes will know that, particular enmity between women and snakes, and also difficult childbirth, and so they'll typically know that. Well, the third video today is the one where I'm quite prepared to embarrass myself. So that's it for today, but, or no, it's not it for today. Please come back for one more.